photovoltaic systems are the workhorse of renewable energy, with solar energy harvesting into electric power. They are responsible for making huge ecological problem during the manufacturing process, during work period, and especially after the end of their life. How do you attack this problem?
What do you mean by huge environmental problem?
Well, when a solar panel stops working, it's not easily renewable, and it's not recyclable, most of it.
No, that's not true. Solar panel is fully recyclable.
Your solar panels or all of them?
Yes.
I'm talking about
the
from
aluminum.
the question, I'm talking about
The
a
aluminum.
like the rest of them.
Sorry?
From the question's mostly asking about the rest of them. Like, what do you do different to attack the problem?
Okay. First of all, our panels are fully recyclable. The frame is recyclable, the glass is recyclable. The other materials are insignificant in terms of quantity. Solar panels do not pose an environmental issue after life because they are recyclable. And of course, they save a lot of emissions because they contribute to the CO2 emission avoidance to a large extent because they produce electricity without using any fossil fuels for that, compared to conventional power stations that are powered either with coal, natural gas, or in some cases of petrol.
How did you come up with the idea of making a transparent solar glass?
Okay, the idea was we came with this idea when I was working for an American company that made conventional solar panels, and we built factories globally. And in many European countries, including Greece, there is a law that prohibits the use of productive land, meaning farmland, to install photovoltaics. So the idea was, how can we use the same piece of land for both food growth and energy production at the same time? And of course, in order to do that and install the panels directly above the crops need to get sufficient light to grow. And in fact, they have to get the light that gives them a crop yield equal to the crop yield outside. That's how we came up with the idea of creating a solar panel that is semi-transparent, and the transparency can be varied and matched to the crops under the panel.
Another question. Do you follow cyclical economy methods and guidelines? If yes, is it the only way to go according to your company dogma?
You have to be more specific. What does that mean, cycling economy guidelines?
Circular economy.
Yeah, circular economy. In what way? In the production of the panel?
Yeah, in your manufacturing process.
That doesn't quite apply to our manufacturing process, but we are using some of the materials we are using are recyclable materials, if that fits to the circular economy. But that's the only aspect in circularity that is used in our manufacturing process.
Let me get inside. Do you use your own solar panels to provide the electricity for your product facility?
We are in the process of installing solar on the roof of our factory in order to essentially power the energy, power the manufacturing line. So in that respect, is semi-circular.
Is your product a result of your university research?
No, our product is a result of corporate research.
Maybe do you have cooperation with universities for further developing your product?
We have cooperation with universities on different aspects of technology development, but not, and also gathering data of how the product behaves in the field. Of particular interest is the interaction between the panel and the crops. So we have quite a few, let's say, joint projects with universities in Greece and in other European countries, where we study the interaction and the behavior of crops under our panels.
Do you have enough market share for your business? And do you hope to expand more?
Yeah, this is a new market. In Europe is in its infancy, but we expect the market to be close to, I would say, 3 billion by 2030. And we are one of the predominant players in this market because we have a very competitive product, and that was introduced early into this market.
Have the farmers embraced your innovative product?
Say that again, sorry.
Have farmers embraced your innovative product?
Yes, we have installed the product in over 14 countries, over various crops. So we have a wealth of field data about the product and interaction with a multitude of farmers.
Is it easy and safe to change the mindsets of your potential clients?
Changing the mindset of the clients is not an issue here because the product protects agricultural farming, agriculture in general, from adverse weather. Therefore, it is a very attractive proposition to the farmers. What is the, I would say, inhibiting or difficult factor here to deal with is the permitting process for the solar part of the project and the connection to the grid. So in many cases, the farmer is required to get permits to build an agri-PV system connected to the grid and then find somebody to sell the energy, especially if the project is large scale. That part, which of course we have no control over, is the most difficult part, especially in Europe, because of the saturation of the grids, of the electrical grid. In other parts of the world, this may be easier, but it is still the gating factor for deploying our technology in large volume.
Is it isn't safe to change the mindsets of your
Make the question.
the mindsets of your co-workers and partners?
To change the mind of my co-workers and partners?
Mindsets. Yes, this is the question.
Because you have a new innovative product.
I mean, I don't need to change the mindset of my co-workers because we are of the same mindset. So there's not a difference in mindset between me or the company and the workers of the company in what we are doing. So this doesn't apply as an issue.
You like you want.
Is your decision to manufacture your product in Greece viable?
Yeah, but it's also necessary because this production line doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. Otherwise, we would have to make a trade-off in terms of cost of where to manufacture. However, the way we make the panel and the technology we have on the panel cannot be made anywhere else because the panel has nano-coated materials that absorb UV light and shift it to the visible area of the area of the visible spectrum in order to help the photosynthesis for the plants. There are manufacturing lines that assemble solar panels, but there's not a line that can do both the coating of the glass and the panel assembly. Therefore, we had essentially no choice but to build our own manufacturing line. And the manufacturing line needs to be at least the first one close to the engineering team. And therefore, Greece was the location of necessity.
Does that cause any problems in everyday work, being in Greece?
Problems?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have problems with the permitting process to build a factory. I mean, this is the difficult part in doing in building an industry in Greece.
Do you have a patent? Do you have the product patent?
Yeah, we have a total of 18 patents and trademarks issued in or under evaluation in the US, EU, and China.
So basically worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, the patents usually are filed in the markets you intend to address. So patents are not are legal instruments that protect you in a target market
Do you expect more sales domestically or abroad?
abroad.
Is
Okay, we have edited our set of questions. I don't know if the guys want to answer to question something else, something different.
well, the only question that I have is how can you make the light still go through it and still give the plants what they need without the solar panel needing it?
Because the solar panel is not opaque. The solar panel is semi-transparent. So solar cells are not everywhere on the solar panel surface.
So that does mean it needs to be bigger than a usual solar panel.
Say that again.
So with what you told me, I'm understanding that it would need to be a little bit bigger than a normal solar panel.
No. It's not bigger. I mean, the solar panel dimensions are fairly standard to the solar panel dimensions of regular solar panels. However, the maximum installed power in the panel is less than regular solar panels because the number of solar cells in the panel is less than a regular solar panel. How much less depends on the panel transparency, and the panel transparency depends on the crops under the panel. The more transparent, the less power, and vice versa.
Let me ask you one question. So your business ties very closely agricultural business with solar energy. You combine both worlds with your product.
Right. I mean, we enable the simultaneous production of crops and energy on the same piece of land, but we do something else which is equally, if not more important, with the system when we install it, because the panels are installed at an angle, and they are like a roof above the crops. We have the ability to collect the rainwater and give it to the farmer, so the farmer can irrigate at the quantity needed and at the time needed his crops, meaning that we enable precise irrigation with sequestered water from the rain. Something that's very important because agriculture consumes 70% of water globally, and many places of the world they experience already water shortages for farming, for irrigation. A good example is, for example, Crete.
Yes.
In the greenhouses in Erasmus, because they have water pumps on the ground, the water coming out is
Salty water anymore.
almost salty right now, and that's a big issue.
Reference this in your website, that your system also makes the water available to the planting.
Yeah.
You just say that you let the sun go through the crop. Because
Yeah.
I went through your website. So actually, your product does not interfere with the production of the plants.
No.
Both
In
water,
fact, the nanomaterials we coat on the panel help the photosynthesis and therefore the plant growth rates and also the crop yield.
is the government, the Greek government, helping you in any way?
I mean, we participate in government R&D projects, like from the General Secretariat of Development and Innovation, and also the development or the investment law. I mean, we had applied there and we got funded for building the factory.
Are a union of farmers reaching out for your product?
Yeah.
Do you see them positive to apply your product in their cultivations?
Yeah, especially when they see pilot installations. But as I said, the factor that makes the adoption slow, it's not the product itself, but it's the permitting process for the PV system,
Okay. Any more?
which of course it's out of our control. Okay.
It's always the government for the problem in Greece, I suppose.
Not only in Greece, but in Europe, because of the saturation of electrical grids, you have to find a grid that has enough electrical space so you can connect to it. Unless you are building an autonomous system, in other words, you self-consume the energy and you use storage,
So you
batteries.
need no permit for that.
Yeah, I mean, we are in the process of developing some systems in Mount Athos where there's not a grid. There, the systems are completely autonomous. So they produce their own food and they power this production with the agri-solar, with the agri-PV installed either on greenhouses or open field cultivations.
I suppose you haven't sold any of your products in our area, Αγρινίου or the Tolokarnania perfect region.
Not yet. We are talking to people about kiwis there. But we haven't installed in Agrinio.
Yes, but you must make an autonomous system because our grid is saturated here.
That's the problem. That's the problem there too. That's what they tell us.
Okay. Any more questions, guys? We must thank you. You are very supportive. You are very clear about your idea, your product. We hope that you have the success that you are dreaming about your product. And I really enjoy that you're doing it all in Greece.
Yeah, thank you. And what I would like to do is to extend an invitation for you and your students, since you're not very far from Patras,
To visit
to
your
come and
factory.
visit the factory, because it is really, I think it would be very interesting for the students to see the actual production process of a highly automated and very innovative factory.
We must thank you for the invitations. I hope that we'll succeed to come to your factory. And I'm very curious to see about your product line, because we have been accustomed in Greece to be in the low level of technology.
Right.
And it's very nice to hear that some things are at the edge of it.
Right. And also something that when step by step, like the technology was developed, it was prototyped, it was validated in the field, and then we built a factory in order to make it in volume.
So you did it everything right.
Yeah, we did in
I suppose
sequence.
that you have a large expertise in developing things.
Right, yeah. I was 31 years in the US and developed the products for the world markets. And I've done that for both semiconductors and energy products.
Semiconductors. I'm
Yes,
a
my
software engineer
background,
myself.
I'm an electrical engineer, so my background is semiconductors.
Semiconductors. That was very nice. We must leave you. We're very happy to meet you, to hear to your
Thank you.
things. I suppose
And thank you
that
for
things
the
are very
questions.
happy
I hope
about
it
that.
helped.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys.
That's for our visit.
All right. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.